Hello students, in my previous video I had introduced you all to the concept of matrices and the types of matrices. So let us now proceed further and do the various operations on matrices. So let us first check about equality of matrices. Now first thing which we have to do is, now in order that we are able to compare the two matrices, they have to be the first prerequisite for them is they have to be of the same order. This is very important. Only then we can check whether they are equal or not, and such matrices are said to be comparable. So matrices are comparable means order is equal, and by order being equal we mean along with the number of elements being equal, we also have the same number of rows and same number of columns. Means we know that order also means the number of elements. So apart from the number of elements being equal, the layout should also be the same. That is, we can say that a matrix of order 2 by 3 is comparable to another matrix of order 3 by is not comparable to any matrix of the order 3 by 2, though the total number of elements is same, but since the number of rows is not equal to number of rows and the number of columns is not equal to number of columns, these are not comparable. Okay, and same way A16 is not comparable to B61 or 23 or 32. Okay, so even though the number of elements is same, if the corresponding number of rows and the corresponding number of columns are not equal, they are not comparable. So now we come to equality. Now two matrices A and B are said to be equal if and only if, first of all, they are comparable, meaning thereby have the same order, and second is that elements in the corresponding positions are equal. That is, we have, suppose two elements are there, suppose we are comparing two matrices. A23 is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23. It is comparable to B23 or 2 cross 3, which is B11, B12, B13, B21, B22, B23. Okay, and they are equal. So A equal to B if and only if these two are equal, that is there Aij equal to Bij for all I and j. Okay, so they have to be of this. So A, you can say in general m by n is equal to b m by n if and only if Aij is equal to Bij for all I and j. Right now, so suppose you have an 1 2 3 4 and you have suppose 2 1 3 4, these are not equal. So even though the elements are same, order is same, but the elements in the corresponding positions are not same, and so they are not equal. Now we come to the next thing is the addition of matrices. Okay, so addition, we start with the operations, that is addition of matrices. Okay, again two matrices, so consider two matrices. Now again addition and subtraction is possible only if the matrices are comparable for comparable to each other. So addition of matrices, first point is that consider two matrices A and B. Okay, so first thing is that A and B should be comparable, that is of the order, that is same order. So we can add two matrices if and only if they are comparable for addition, that is they are of the same order. And second thing is that then the result of A plus B is another matrix of the same order having each element as the sum of elements in corresponding positions. So what do we write? That is, if you are adding A m by n and B m by n, you will get another matrix C m by n, such that every element of C in the position ij is equal to sum of the corresponding elements in the position ij, that is Cij is equal to Aij plus Bij for all I and j. That is, for example, if you have 2 3 1 0 1 2 plus you are adding minus 1 0 3 1 2 0, suppose you are adding these two, so you will get back another matrix having, in the first position you will have sum of these two, 2 minus 1, then 3 plus 0, then 1 plus 3, then you have 0 plus 1, then you have 1 plus 2, then you have 2 plus 0. So whatever the answer, that is our required answer. So you get 1 3 4 1 3 2, which is clearly a matrix of 2 by 3 order, and each element is sum of the two elements in the corresponding position. Exactly on the same line we do subtraction. Subtraction is again the same, that is they have to be same two steps, that they have to be comparable, and the result is another matrix of the same order having every element as the difference of the two elements in the corresponding position. So that is, so if I do A m by n minus B m by n, I will get another matrix C m by n. First of all, they have to be comparable, only then the subtraction is allowed, and then we get back another matrix D, which is of the same order, such that every element of the new matrix D is the difference of the two elements in the corresponding positions for all I and j. That is, in the same example, if I have to find 2 3 1 0 1 2 minus 1 0 3 1 2 0, so what we do is, it will be another matrix of order 2 by 3, such that now there are 6 positions to be filled up. This position would be 2 minus minus 1, then this is 3 minus 0, this would be 1 minus 3, this would be 0 minus 1, this would be 1 minus 2, this would be 2 minus 0, which gives us 3 3 minus 2 minus 1 minus 1 2, which is again another 2 by 3 matrix having every element as difference of the elements in the corresponding positions. Now next is the scalar multiplication. Scalar multiplication is the multiplication of a matrix by a scalar, that is a constant, that is multiplication of a matrix by a scalar, that is a constant. Okay, it gives us another matrix of same order having every element multiplied by that scalar or constant. That is if we have a matrix A m by n and you want to multiply it by a scalar k, it will give you another matrix. Okay, let's say B m by n, such that every element, that is Bij, is equal to k times the corresponding element of the matrix A for all I and j. Or you could also write that k times Aij is equal to the matrix Kaij, means every element gets multiplied by, this is of m by n order, this is also of m by n order, which is equal to Bij, which is of m by n order. That is, for example, if I have a matrix A as 1 2 3 4 5 6 and I want to the scalar is 2, so 2A will be a matrix 1 2 3 4 5 6, which is equal to, every element gets multiplied by 2, so 2 4 6 8 10 and 12, which is another matrix of order 2 by 3, and every element is multiplied by that scalar 2. Now the same way we can have if the scalar is -1, so we get -1 into A is equal to negative of a matrix, and it is obtained by multiplying every element by minus. So you get -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6. Now we come to the next thing, that is multiplication of two matrices. It's a very, very important thing. Multiplication of two matrices. Now unlike equality, addition and subtraction, okay, now for multiplication to be possible, the matrices need not be comparable. In fact, we don't want the matrices to be comparable. Okay, what we want is, we want the matrices to be conformable for multiplication. And by conformable we mean, that is, if you have an m by n matrix, it can get multiplied to a n by p matrix and give a result which is of m by p order. That is, so by conformable we mean, if the number of columns in first matrix is equal to the number of rows in the second, then multiplication is possible and we get another matrix of order. Now here, if the number of rows, that is columns of A is equal to the number of rows of B, that is n is equal to n, we get a matrix which is of the order equal to number of rows of first and number of columns of second. That is, number of rows is the same as that of A, number of columns is the same as that of B. Then we say that the multiplication is possible, and that's when we say the matrices are conformable. Now how do we find how to find multiplication? If two conformable matrices are given. Now before this, we can see that clearly A cross B is not equal to B cross A, because they will not be conformable for multiplication. So we have clearly here A into B is not equal to B into A. Now in fact, sometimes it may not be even possible B cross A, sometimes it may be possible, but still they are not equal. They might lead us to different orders of matrices, or even despite being same order, they may not be equal. And so we say that multiplication is not commutative. This is something very, very important for matrices. Okay, now how to find multiplication if two conformable matrices are given? So what we do is, now first of all, let us take A is a matrix. I am taking a very simple one. Let's say A11, A12, A21, A22. It is a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, now 2 by 2 matrix. So for matrix multiplication to be allowed, what we require is a conformable matrix. So basically we want a matrix having two rows, the same as the number of columns, 2 rows. So let us take a column matrix that is 2 rows and 1 column, just to take it B11, B21. So it has 2 rows and 1 column. So clearly this is equal to this. So the resultant should be a matrix C, which is of same order number of rows as A and same number of columns as B. So we should get this. Now how do we get the elements? Okay, so we multiply all elements of the first row to the corresponding elements of the first column. First row, first column, and that is the 1 1 position, and add it. So A11, B11 plus A12, B21. Similarly, the next one is a 2 1 position, means second row and first column, and second row of first and first column of the second matrix. So 2 1 position. So A21, B11 plus A22, B21. This is the 2 1 position, this is the 1 1 position. So we get back this, you can solve. It is a 2 by 1 matrix, and which is this. So basically what we get is, for finding the multiplication, we multiply a M by N matrix with a N by P matrix. We get back a M by P matrix having M rows and N column. Every element in a particular position, let's say IJ position. So what do we write? So let us write in general. So let us multiply A M by N by a matrix N by P. We will get a matrix which is of order, this vanishes, and we are left with M by P matrix. So it means C will have M rows and P columns. So we will have, this is the C11 position, C12, C1P. Similarly, this goes, there are M rows, so CM1 till CMP. Okay, so now this will be the, let's say, Cij. Cij is the ith row and jth column. So now how do we get theCijth element? So Cij will be given by considering first of all the ith row of A and jth column of B. This is for sure that if you want the ijth element, you will take the ith row of the first matrix and the jth column of the second one, and then okay, so will be given by the considering the ith row of A and jth column of B. Okay, so we multiply the corresponding terms of the ith row of A and jth column of B and add them to get the ijth element of C. Now let's quickly take some examples. Suppose I have A is equal to, let me take a simple example. Let's take a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, so if I have a 2 by 2 matrix, let's take any simple 2 by 2 matrix. So what I get is, I can take any 2 by 2 matrix as 1 minus 2 and 2 3, and B is equal to 1 2 2 3. Let's say 1 2 2 3. Let me take a simple example. So if I have to find A into B, clearly this is 2 by 2 and this is 2 by 2. They are conformable for multiplication. So this will be equal to A cross B will come out to be of 2 by 2. 2 rows of this left and 2. So they are basically 4 positions to be filled up. Okay, now the first position will be first row of this and first column of this. This is the 1 1 position, this is the 1 2 position, this is the 2 1 position, this is the 2 2 position. Okay, so 1 into 1 plus minus 2 into 2. This is the first 1 1 position. Now first row second column is 1 2 position. So 1 into 2 plus minus 2 into 3. This is the first row second column. Then 2 1 position, second row and first column. So 2 into 1 plus 3 into 2. Then 2 2 position would be second row second column, 2 into 2 plus 3 into 3, and so this A cross B comes out to be 1 minus 4, that is minus 3. This is 2 minus 6 is minus 4. This is 2 plus 6 is 8. This is 4 plus 9 is 13. This is the answer. So in this manner you can try out all questions of exercise 3.2. I mean actually all questions of exercise 3.1 and 3.2, and then we will continue in our next video further. Thank you.